Hello, Sparrows. Good day, darlings. What's fabulous with you today? What's fabulous with you today? I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller double fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. And I'm just coming to serve you a little juice, a little bit. This very moment, as in inspiration, right? Serving a little juice today. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, just for a few minutes. Of course, I am your conscious lifestyle strategist and author, and I'm enjoying coming to you right here, right now, this very moment. So we can talk about talkers and doers. Which are you? Are you a talker or are you a doer? I'm a talker and a doer. Combination, right? What are you? How do you get things done? Or do you talk about it more than anything else? That's my curiosity. For today, I've been running into a heck of a lot of talkers here lately. That's where the topic is coming from. So come on in. Come on in. Share with me just for a few minutes. I'm not going to hold you long. That's a promise. That is a promise. So come on in. It is a great day. I can tell you that. As always, it's a blur. Everall, how are you? Hi, Tosh. Come on in for just a moment. We're talking about talkers and doers. There's so many people out here today that procrastinates. However, talking about it isn't even procrastination. You haven't even given it much thought to even have any form of action to expedite. No matter what it is, whether it's in your career or your relationships, what is it? What are you talking about so much? However, not doing anything about. That's almost, it's to the point to where if I hear it one more time, someone ringing up my phone, taking up my time, talking, constantly doing this. Come on, what is that about? Chatter means nothing. Action means everything. So why are you talking so much and not doing anything about it? What's the fear? What's the angle? What's the problem? Let's talk about it. Like I said, if there's anything that keeps you up at night, it's on your mind. If you're talking about it, it's something that's on your mind. It's in your heart. However, why aren't you doing something about it? Why aren't you bringing whatever that is to fruition? Is it advancement on your job? Is it asking somebody out on a date? What is it? However, I can share some things, but I won't. From the conversations that I've had, because they were a little bit private. So I'm going to leave it where it is this time. But I can talk about myself in this space. You know, I am a doer constantly. Hi, Sheila Carswell. I am a doer. It's the best thing in the world to me to get things done. If it's on my mind, I'm ready to get it done. I believe in expediting, figuring out ways. I'm not a strategist for anything, you know. I love working things out. I love figuring things out. I love helping people. That's where my joy comes from, figuring it all out. I'm not talking about it, because the minute you bring something to me, the first thing out of my mouth is going to be, what have you done so far? What is your next plan? Right? That's where I'm going with it. However, it's unfortunate when you can talk, and do absolutely nothing. It's a shame. It's a real shame. It surely is. So, Thomas Sowell says talkers are usually more articulate than doers, since talk is their specialty. There is some truth to that. It is. It's truth to that. You can talk the game, but you're not walking it out. Talk means nothing, and I'll tell you in a heartbeat, talk is cheap. It is extremely cheap, and I've heard it all before. Heard it, but what are you doing about it? Talkers and doers. Talkers and doers. Personally, I'm a leader. I'm the leader of the pack every time. I'm that leader of the pack because in my mind, I can see it finished. I can see it completed, and I've strategized how it's going to get done. Hi, Sharon. That's what I'm talking about. Are you a talker or a doer? Are you being about it or talking about it? Doing something about it, expediting, leading the pack, completing? Who are you? Which side of the fence are you falling on? Which side? That's what I'm talking about today. I have a quote that reads, "Small minds can't comprehend big spirits. To be great, you have to be willing to be mocked, hated, and misunderstood. And when these things take place, be strong." You have to be. I cannot tell you how many times I've been mocked. I've been mocked, girl, you're crazy. What in the world are you doing? What are you doing that for? Because I can see it done. It's something I'm passionate about, and it's going to get done. And not only that, you have the secret shadows. You have the people out here that's looking, but will not admit to watching you. But the proof is in the pudding when you see them doing what you do. Copycats, secret shadows, whatever you call them in your language, your voice. Because it happens. I see it every single day. Granted, I turn my camera on, I talk about what I'm talking about because I'm a doer. I'm doing exactly what I'm saying I'm doing. I am who I say I am. So when you can be in alignment with yourself, it's easy to be a doer. It's fearsome where when it comes to the talkers. You can be articulate. You can talk and run a good game. However, if you're not doing anything about it, what is the point? Why even talk about it if you're not going to move on it? What's the fear? If there's a hurdle or some type of challenge you have, give me a call then. That's what I do. I find joy in it. It's amazing. That I can tell you for sure. But my thing is with you, please, don't talk. Move. Do what you need to do. Be your best at it. It's a purpose behind the reason why you're doing it, right? It's a purpose behind that. Hold on. It's a purpose behind what it is that you're passionate about doing. That thing you're talking about. No matter what it is. Doesn't matter the category. Doesn't matter if it's work. Doesn't matter if it's relationship situations. It doesn't matter. What are you doing about it? And why are you talking more so than doing? Right? What are you doing? What's the hindrance? That's my curiosity today. And I can probably tell you, today is only Tuesday. Probably in the last few days, I've talked to at least 8 people that's talking about doing so much in 2020. And I say, you know what? It's already February. When are you planning on starting? Now is a great time. What's the deal? Why are you talking and not moving? What is the problem here, right? That is the only question mark I have. when it comes to talkers and doers. And that's why I wanted to bring up the topic today, just to see, are you a talker or are you a doer? I know it has a lot to do with character. It's got to be. It's the character of the individuals and being passionate about what they agree to do or what they thrive to do or choose to do. Who are you? I'm just going to sit for just 2 seconds. 1 and 2. Who are you? Are you a talker or a doer? There's quite a few of you who've dropped in and you've dropped out. Not saying a lot, but I see you watching. And that's how it is most of the time when it comes to myself. The proof is in the pudding. When individuals, they drop into lives, they watch, they listen, and then in secret, then they'll go and expedite someplace else. Because it's all about the ideals. When you don't have ideas of your own, but then you want to, I won't say borrow, however, just take a little bit of your idea and just kind of filter it into their own businesses and things that they're doing. So Roger Radcliffe, you're saying you're both. I am both also. However, you best believe if I'm talking about it, in the back, I'm working on it. And the next thing you know, I've revealed it to you. This is what I'm doing. I'm not about to sit and talk about something and then do nothing about it. It just doesn't make sense at all to me. So what's the deal with all of the chatter, all of the talk, but then do nothing? Doesn't make any sense. I'm going to say this. It's a quote that I have that reads, "Characterize people by their actions, and you will never be fooled by their words." I pay attention. And when I'm not on camera, because I enjoy talking, I love doing what I do, right? However, I'm listening at the same time. I'm monitoring, I'm watching to see what you're going to do. I'm quick to give deadlines. I'll help you. However, you must have this done by this date. You must have this done by this date and this time. If you are serious, you will commit to this. Everything is challenge-based in my business. It's challenge-based. Because if you don't challenge yourself, when will you actually ignite? When? It becomes procrastination. And then it kind of hang out with talk. And we all know talk is extremely cheap. Action is everything. That means you've committed to what you're doing, what you have set out to do, and that thing, you get it completed. My blood boils a little bit when I'm talking to somebody and they don't have a plan. What are you going to do? Please tell me. At the end of the day, I promise you, it's about the results. It doesn't matter what it is that you're talking about. It comes to fruition by expediting, by working hard at that, by setting some deadlines and some goals, and being hungry for it. I'm excited and I'm extremely hungry for the things that I'm talking about. Because in my mind, I can see it finished. And if I can envision that, visualize that, completed, done, finished, then it's easy for me to reach that goal, to reach that quest, to cross the finish line. It's easy to do that. Because in order for me to reach it, in my mind, a part of my strategies, I work from the end backwards. That's how I do it. However, the juice I'm serving today to you, Sparrow, is to please move forward on all the things that you are talking so much about, the things that you've planned to reach and complete and do in 2020. Today is the 11th of February. If you haven't begun, when are you going to start? Because time moves so quickly. We're going to look up and this year, gone again. We're going to be celebrating the holidays again before you know it. So move today, now, get it done. If you need help, call me, email me, something. Get started, right? Get started. It's easier than you may believe it to be. It's not hard. And sometimes, no matter whatever it could be scary. However, just put your energy toward completion, finishing, and what that feels like to finish something. To say, I did it. I talked about it. I envisioned it. And I finished it. That's what's most important. It really, really, really is. And I'm just praying with you. I'm holding your hand while you're doing it. And if you need help, just simply call. We can work that thing out. I promise you. That's what it's all about. Stop talking and do. And when you do, it's easy to complete. It's easy to complete because you're hungrier more and more and more every day when you're moving toward that thing, when you're going to be that much closer to the finish line. You can see it, feel it, believe it. And that's one of the qualms, I think, is the problem with most talkers. They can talk about it. They know it can be done. However, for whatever reason, their hindrance is they don't believe they can do it, for the most part. I remember those days. It never lasts long because I was always inquisitive, always figuring out ways to get it done quickly so I can move on to something different, just for the fact of saying, I did it, and how quickly I did it. I challenge myself. Doesn't matter about other people, what they say, their opinions, please. No, it doesn't matter. When I've decided in my mind, it's done. It's going to be done. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Get started so you can finish. Just on Sunday, I was spending time with my parents. And it's some things that, I'm driven. So please don't tell me something needs to be done or put something on me to do. Because when you give it to me, I'm going to do it. So my dad said to me, you are one busybody. That's what my dad said. He said, you're a busybody. I was like, Dad, really? Come on now, Daddy. But before I could say anything other than that, he also came and said, that's a good thing, though. I like that you're a busybody because you get things done. That's what he said. And I do it with a smile because I'm grateful you asked me to do it. So I'm honored, actually. So when you ask me for help, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you all I have to ensure that you reach that goal that you set. You have introduced yourself to this person that you've been watching for months, that you are working toward that advancement on the job, that you are working toward moving out of that apartment into a house. Whatever it is, you ask me, I'm here for you. That's it, Sparrows. I can promise that. I pinky promise all the time. Join forces with me if you want to. You best be ready because you will exchange talking for doing. That's my promise. That's the juice I'm serving today. That's all I want to say about that. So you can sip on it, you can gulp it, as long as you ingest it. That's all I care about. Sincerely, that's all I care about. So, you decide who you are. I'm both, and know how to move in each side of the lanes. Because if I'm talking in my mind, I'm strategizing of how I'm going to do. That's how I can be both. Roger is both. So, I don't know. Okay, Raj, you're saying, I was in the Army for 14 years, 11 as an officer. It was objective driven, goal oriented. Had to listen and talk. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Listen, because when we can sit and we can listen, then it's easy to start manipulating and strategizing and putting those pieces together of how we can get it done. All I care about is finishing, and finishing it right the first time, because I really don't have the time to go back and do it again. That's why I'm your conscious lifestyle strategist. Conscious as in present, listening, understanding. I hear what you're saying. Duly noted. Got it. Lifestyle, wherever the space is. Career, relationship, wellness, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's where I'm at with your lifestyle and strategist. It's because I love puzzles. I love puzzles. I love figuring things out. That's why I do what I do. Naturally, it's my calling. It's my gift. God gave it to me. I love every bit of it. But like I said, at the end of the day, you don't have to ask the question if you're a talker or a doer, because the results tells the story.